Recently, I've been thinking back to the summer after I turned 10. You see, our town, like many other towns at that time, had a community swimming pool. And when you were 10, that was the place to be in the summer. After breakfast, every morning, my friends and I would hop on our bikes and head out. You have to remember, this was before GPS tracking devices or cell phones. Our parents didn't really care where we were. Usually, we ended up at some kid's house for lunch, stuff our mouths with PB&Js and Cheetos, then hop back on our bikes and head out. Usually, we'd end up at the pool. Now, our community pool was pretty much like any other town's. There were swimming lessons for little kids in the shallow end, a pretentious high schooler with way too much power in the lifeguard stand, and a smattering of the most pathetic lounge chairs where some of the more worrisome mothers would come and watch after their precious babies. For us, though, the pool meant freedom. At 10, we were at that sweet spot. Too young to be self-conscious about our bodies, but old enough for independence. But being 10 meant one other thing at our community pool. We were now old enough for the high dive. See, our community pool, for some reason, had decided that in addition to the 1 meter diving board, to install a 3 meter diving board. The rule was you had to be at least 10 to jump off it. Like I said, this was many years ago. I don't know what adult arbitrarily decided that 10 was a magically safe age for you to fling your body off a 3 meter board. Not that anyone ever checked. I'm sure a tall 9-year-old could have snuck past the vigilant lifeguard who was always talking to her boyfriend. But us kids knew, and we'd call you out on it right away. So, that magical summer would be the first time I'd get to see for myself what that high dive was all about. My older brother had said it was really no big deal. At 15, he had just about outgrown the community pool. My 12-year-old sister had tried it once, but wouldn't do it again. She said it's because she got too much water up her nose, but I know it's because she's scared of heights. All that summer, I'd watched as kids flung themselves from the high dive and went squealing into the chlorine-heavy water beneath. I wanted to jump. I really did. But every time I thought I had the nerve, I'd chicken out and jump off the low diving board instead. As the summer faded on, my chances were dwindling, but fear kept me from acting. Like I said before, I've been thinking about that feeling I had then a lot lately. That feeling of fear, of uncertainty and uneasiness. I'm sure we've all had that feeling a lot lately. With everything that's been going on, how can we not? But now is the time for courage. Now is the time to be brave. As Eleanor Roosevelt once said, you must do the thing you think you cannot do. And you must. We must. We have to have courage about things we've never had to be courageous about. Like going to work or not going to work. Picking up a few things from the grocery store, or simply pumping gas. We are being challenged in ways we have never before, and we must summon all our courage and do the thing we think we cannot do, even if that thing is doing nothing at all. With about a week left of summer on a blazingly hot afternoon, I finally worked up all my courage and got in line for the high dive. The cement was burning beneath my feet as I waited for what seemed like hours to be able to climb that ladder to the top. But my mind was set and I was not turning back. After climbing the 13 steps to the top, I stood for a moment and looked around. It was really beautiful from up there. I could see around the entire swimming pool, the parking lot, and even caught a glimpse of my friend's backyard just a few blocks away. The air was a little cooler, and there was a slight breeze. As I curled my toes around the edge of the board, I looked down into the sparkling blue water shimmering beneath. For a moment, there was no fear, no hesitation, just peace. Then I took a deep breath and jumped. No, we wake up every morning and we're not sure what the day will bring, and that scares us. For others, we know exactly what the day will bring, and that scares us too. But have courage. Do the thing you think you cannot do. Take a deep breath and jump.